Zachariah Jackson, Boston News. I'm here with YUSUF. YUSUF, introduce yourself to the camera.
Hello, my name is Joseph Hall, and my name been legally changed to YUSUF Shabazz. And today I would like to share a story with you concerning a cell extraction when I was in Morris County Jail.
How long ago was that?
This happened in 2001.
Okay.
This happened in 2000. It was a cell extraction. And what causes that cell extraction, I was in a cell with a bunkie, and a bunkie was from Morris County.
Now when you say a bunkie, what you mean?
Bunkie was a cellmate.
Oh.
You know, bunkie's a cellmate, that was a jail slang, but he was another inmate in the cell with me at the time.
Okay.
And it was around 9:30, quarter to 10 when we locked in. So on this particular day, I forgot what day it was, but I was offering my Salat prayer, the Islamic prayer for the Muslim, and this was Isha prayer. And as I was praying, getting ready to pray, the officer came by to take account, and he started talking to my bunkie, so I stepped back. And him and my bunkie exchanged words, and it was getting too heated, and all I said was, take that nonsense back to Dover. And Dover is where the officer had lived at, because my bunkie had informed me earlier that, you know, he was harassing, but he knew him from Dover, that's where he lived, at the township up in Morris County.
Okay.
So, you know.
Was your bunkie, was he black or white?
He was black. His name was Noble.
Okay.
His name was Noble.
He lived in Dover?
He lived up there, but I see him down here in Noble. But at this particular time, he was incarcerated. He lived in Dover, in Morris County. And so the officer left. I said my prayer, got out of bed, went to sleep. Around 10:30 that night, quarter to 11, I was wakened by somebody hit me. Then they continued to hit me, beat me. They beat me, they shackled me. They put me down, they shackled my feet and my hands.
Well, before I'm going to stop you right there, YUSUF. Now, you said you went to sleep about 8 o'clock after the prayer.
I went to sleep like about 10:10.
Okay. So, when you say you heard somebody shackling you, heard somebody whatever, did they?
No, I ain't heard them shackle. I felt them shackle.
Okay.
Yeah, this is right. This happened.
So did they have to open the gate?
They had to bust the cell. I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear the sound?
I ain't hear none of that. I didn't hear none of that.
Okay, go ahead.
And when I felt somebody pouncing on me, yo, what's going on? Next thing they just start beating on me. My bunkie, he slept on the bottom.
Right.
You know, and they just kept beating on me. So they shackled me up. They carried me out the cell, beat me from the cell all the way to lockup. But you know, they said it was a cell extraction. So okay, moving fast forward. I complained about it, you know, I needed medical attention, they refused that. I seen a warden, who was a lady at the time, I forgot her name. You know, she came and spoke to me, I explained to her what happened. You know, I filed grievances, you know, everything fell on the deaf ear. I stood in there, went to court line, they found me guilty, talking about I threatened the officer. I did no such thing. The charge was fabricated against me. Then I filed litigation. Okay, now this is it. Here's the kicker. During the course of time when I filed my litigation about this cell extraction and obtaining documents to, you know, discovery, interrogatories and things of that nature,
okay.
I was moved from Morris County Jail to reception and Trenton, you know, inmate intake to be processed to a facility. Then somehow I wound up at Northern State. While I was in Northern State, an incident occurred there. The administrator moved me to Royal. Okay. When I got to Royal, I received my discovery pertaining to the cell extraction, which was an altered blank videotape. All it had, it really didn't have nothing in it, but this is what that's what they gave me. Anyway, I still proceeded, kept pursuing the case, and finally made the federal court. When I made the federal court and explained my situation, how they came in the cell and beat me, these officers that came into the cell, they was off duty. They didn't supposed to be in the building.
Wow.
And things that, everything is documented. Everything is documented. They was off duty, they supposed to be in the building. But however, I went to federal court where I finally made it in front of Judge Thompson. You know, she heard the kid, I had to represent myself. because with no lawyer take on it, and I guess Talbot versus Grace, all them law technical terms they use, they didn't want to give me an attorney, but however, you know, God blessed me to get there, and the attorneys, their attorney was in it representing all the officers, and you know.
So you went without representation?
Right, I had to go pro se, but I did get there, and I explained my situation, what occurred to me, and what happened to me about the beat down, and I didn't supposed to have been in what precipitated it, what they did to me, where they placed me, denied me medical attention. Then they fabricated reports, police reports, documents, and altered the film that's supposed to be a cell distraction evidence all the way to where they had me. All that was altered. They beat me from my cell to lockup.
And these officers was not on duty.
They was not authorized being on duty. They was already, they supposed to have been, it was change of shift. They supposed to have been out of the building, a new shift came in. However, they laid back when they plotted and they planned, and they came up there and they got me. So when we made the federal court, I explained to them what happened there, but still, I lost because I guess I didn't have representation. And then not just that, I ain't going to throw the race card in there, but you know what it is. I was underrepresented. You know, I didn't know how to advance in that adversarial setting.
So at this point in the challenge, right? You said it was 2001.
Right.
We're looking at what? 21 years.
Yeah, about 21 years. 20 years, about that.
Yeah. Where are we with this case?
Well, I appealed it to the court in Philadelphia. I ain't hear nothing. You know, it was to no avail. You know, or you know, like my hands is tied. Sometimes you just have to let things go. But I do have the document support all these officers that beat me up. Officer McCool, Officer FELSNIK. So many, it was about 9 or 10 officers, you know, that beat you up. Yeah, it's documented. You know, it's in the federal court. Everything is documented. You know, and like even today, and I just recently heard about a cell extraction at a man where the sister got hurt. You know, you should stay abreast on that because as far as altering documents and committing fabrication and putting fabricated charges on the individuals and things that it goes on inside the prison system. And what happened to me, this is my story, can happen to your people too that's in the system. That's why it's important to check on them, you know, to hear them out, to reach out and establish some type of relationship with them because what goes on there, you know, inside the prison, family out here don't really know because they haven't experienced. Yeah, everybody is not perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. But you know, time does bring about a change. In the day, you know, I'm different, thank God. You know, I don't live like I used to live. I don't have them irrational thoughts. But now I guess I'm the problem, and I'm trying to rectify problems that I had.
Sure.
You know, so.
You want to let the public be aware that if a story comes your way, it's not always superficial.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And don't be like judgmental, try to identify, you know, and see what you can do to help that person. Or even just confident, tell somebody, you know, watch this, so it might didn't happen like that. Get more facts before you start prejudging or judging the book by its cover.
Sure.
And that's what we do as black people sometimes, you know. We had a tendency of believing whatever they tell us, and then if they say, oh, he's the criminal, not the victim, you know, we believe that.
Well, because I guess, you know, out of honesty, we want to get it off of us. We want to believe all, you know, that what they say about us is not true.
Right.
So to do that right there, we try honest appeal. So we will turn towards authorities a lot of times. A lot of times authorities are not right.
Right.
You know, so that's, I understand where you come from. Okay. So YUSUF, what do you want to do at this point? What are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to get some more documentation, so see if I can reopen it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because not just that, or get with other vendors that had similar case, maybe I can help them pursue their stuff in the avenues where I went down a particular road with mine. Right. And even though I didn't achieve success, maybe I can help somebody else achieve success. Sure. You know, as far as these loopholes and what goes inside the system, or their family member out here. Because a lot of activity goes on in there, you know, the family member's not aware. Sure. It'd be a hush-hush. Then what they'll do, they'll administratively move you to another prison. Then when your family come and visit you there, they don't move you somewhere else or talk about you in a lockup or something you ain't even did. But that's the system, and they'll do it, you know, without going through the proper procedure through classification,
Sure.
which is a process that classify you the way, you know, they're making these moves, but they do it silently, you know, so it's all right.
Okay. All right, well, you know, Ambassador News, I'm happy to report this story, and we've talked to YUSUF over last 6 months ago, I think we talked to you about another case.
Yeah, that was.
And one thing I will say about Mr. YUSUF is that he is not afraid of expressing himself and letting people know what happened to him, an injustice he feel happened to him.
Yeah, this happened to me.
Yeah.
I'm telling my story.
Tell your story, okay?
There's nothing made up.
Not made up. This is definitely your story. Okay, again, this is Zachariah Jackson, Ambassador News. Good night.
Thank you.